Paranormal Migraine by Kelsey Saylor. Bang, boom, crash, clash, books and pencils fall. Rushing back to the room, sitting on the dresser, lifeless, dead, just like a normal doll. I'm not a normal doll, I'm a human. I have a soul, a real soul. One that has feelings, one that's living but isn't alive. Make her hurt, make her struggle, make her cry. Dreams, let's play with them. Make her feel like she's not loved, play with her brain, make her feel worthless. It's all a dream, all a dream. Play with her brain, playing with her mind, all a dream. It's like hell without the fire. No, it's not, it's reality. You can't wake up.
I sit in my room and think about things, wondering if they'll believe me. Will they think I've gone mad?
She's gone mad.
Have I gone mad? Everything's moving and changing. Even I'm changing.
She's changing.
Every day is getting worse and worse. Not even the priest can help me, not even the drugs or the alcohol, not even cutting into meds. It's all been happening since that doll appeared. My family thinks that the doll doesn't exist or that I'm making it all for attention. I try and get rid of the doll and it comes back and everything gets worse. I try and ignore the doll and everything gets worse. This is all just a horrible dream that I don't wake up from. Maybe none of this is actually happening to me. Maybe it's all in my head like they all said.
Life
is like a candle.
Candles wither and die with time. Sometimes the light is snuffed out too soon. Sometimes the melted remains cling to the small kindle of light. It's unnatural. It's my job to let the kindle fade, to heal them. The light plagues someone undeserving of it. The light doesn't choose victims. It could be men, women, or even children. The light will burn them all. Does the light burn away at them? Why does the light trap them? It doesn't matter. I'll snuff it out all the same. They call to me for help and I answer. The tormentor in their mind. Family and friends ignored their pain and it only helped the light burn brighter. The light eats away at your soul. It deprives you of any motivation or any feelings, burning until nothing is left.
This is
Addiction Apocalypse by Walter Hurley
and Josiah Israel.
I see him come walking to my door, walking just like zombies did in the movies, but not a zombie, much scarier. I shudder as I see what was once my friend. I have a friend named Tim. Tim is a zombie. He walks around pretending to be fine. He says he feels free, but he's not fine. He keeps trying to get me to try, but I have to decline. I said, one day I asked him about his zombie. He said,
They help me with my stress.
I said, this is not good for you. I see him come hobbling to my door, walking just like zombies did in the movies, but not a zombie, much scarier. I shudder as I see what was once my friend.
The drugs are changing him. He is different. The drugs are changing him. He is different.
Always high.
Never sober.
Maybe he was hurting,
Maybe he was bored.
but now he's addicted.
He won't go to rehab,
He won't go anywhere.
so he walks around like a zombie.
You should see a counselor, it might help.
No, I'm fine.
I'm getting worried about you.
I'm fine.
You're a zombie.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
You're not fine.
Yes, I am.
He continues walking towards me, a little bit menacingly. He says that if we were really friends, I would try. Then maybe we aren't really friends. I run away, find a quiet park bench, and think about the things I just witnessed.
I don't want to be like him. I don't want to talk like him. And I don't want to be anything like him. Maybe one day, I don't want to be like him. I don't want to talk like him. I don't want to be anything like him. He started acting differently. One day, maybe we can find a cure. Maybe one day I'll get my friend back.
Parents only have so much time to show what's right, and that time is running out. When will he realize that this is hurting him?
When will you realize time is gone?
He's a zombie. He's a zombie. He's gone.
Hadley,
and Riley.
Proceeding through the world. One view. Gee, who would have knew? The only sea of blue hue.
a stubborn cyclops spreads thoughts faster than a bee spreads pollen until that one view becomes common.
So many lies or one-sided stories. Open your eyes. Where is all the glory?
They say, is it really right or just something written? And they slither and sulk as if they've been bitten.
By a monster whose judgment is stubbornness and bulk, of only seeing the things that they have written.
All of these things have become stereotyped. I can't seem to get a gripe.
Resolute cyclops, I want this to end.
We've all suffered from it.
We've all thought to end it.
None of us know how, but we have to be wise.
One eye.
Light lies cost many people their short lives.
One view is like a curse, never seeing like a sickness.
It destroys you from the first and festers in the wickedness.
Scylla, Heads of Problems, by Ben Tibbles.
And Andrew Lamb.
A monster on the rocks, once a beautiful woman, now corrupt, with many heads. Scylla, heads of problems, heads of death, of sacrifices made to pave this path. The head of minimum wage, a problem many must face. Allow me to tell you the story of a new age. A mother lies on the floor, near and dear her son's cradle. Taking care of him is such a chore.
Dropping him off at babysitters and daycares, only to see him again at sundown. She hates it. Parting from her baby is like splinters. Working to make ends meet. It's hard to balance
a baby, job, and school.
Working, not to pray to be lifted off her feet.
A mother lies on the floor, happy and content. The life she lives, she loves, through rich and poor. We are Scylla, monster of many heads, woman of these watery treads. The head of leadership.
The ones at the summit that we can barely see.
They never look back down to see the despair. It's so unfair.
All the suffering just for the few to rise, while the rest sink back down like black ink.
How can we follow when they cannot lead or learn? We feel inside so hollow, left to yearn. We are Scylla, monster of many heads, woman of these watery treads.
The head of prosperity affects everyone to the tune of what they contribute.
The head of accountability holds business accountable. A monster on the rocks, once a beautiful woman, now corrupt with many heads. Scylla, heads of problems, heads of death, of sacrifices made to pave this path.
This is the Wendigo's Woods.
With eyes a deep and golden hue,
With claws of twitchy fingers too.
a heart that is aflame with fire,
Eyes that gleam with sinister desire.
The thing that can corrupt a man, take the purest motives and can, darken them with its poison seed. For what I speak of is the concept of greed. The wendigo with eyes pushed back in its head, bones and gray skin, appearing like dead. No matter how much this creature gains weight, its hunger and greed will never abate. Greed takes a man and transforms to monstrosity, devouring the soul with a deep dark ferocity. Not always is this corruption so clear, for in any person can greediness appear.
Filled with greed I am, a person who wants to touch the stars, but how can I touch the stars when I'm afar from where I stand on the land? To live in the same world you live in, without shame. I want to be like them who see the sight from above without having to ask someone to do it for them. But step, I see them walk like they own the place, while I'm down here finding a way through the crowd. But I can't help but wonder what it'd be like if I were to touch the stars like you do. Even though I know it's far, I too want to walk with my head up high, looking prominent, towering to what is below me. And I know that my monster gets in the way, and I know that my greed is far too strong for desire and lust. All I want is to touch the stars, all I want to do is walk without being beneath anyone. Nevertheless, my greed leads to no star nor view.
Wandering the lonesome forest during the darkest hour of the night, preying on the weak, ripping families apart, stalking behind the trees, searching for its next victim, smelling the grotesque odor.
Greed.
A young girl, the air around her polluted, her eyes wide. Fear. It corrupts her. She is no longer human. Her skin turning the palest of grays, her eyes red and hungry, her body tall and hunched over. The hunted becomes the hunter.
In the woods, there is a beast. That beast likes to feast on the greed of the children who don't know how to listen. In the woods, the beast hides in the dark, as inconspicuous as a lark, waiting behind a tree, waiting behind me. I'm in the beast's forest, where it hides itself the furthest. I see it sneak to tear and cull, where it feasts until it's full. But one day, I saw a child. A child who wanted to see the stars, wanted to be up high in the sky. But the child didn't know whose forest she entered. She wanted to see the stars.
This is one day they play together.
Many people are different.
People have different opinions.
There's difference in the world. If you have a different opinion, if you have a different opinion from somebody, they see you in a different way. If you have a different fashion sense, they see you in a different way. If you think a guy wearing a skirt is okay, people are going to view you as weird.
Only girls should wear skirts.
Not guys. If you like something differently, people are going to see you in a different way. I like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Ew, you're weird.
No matter what you do, people are going to see you differently if you don't have the same opinion.
Baseball is a man's sport, something every boy dreams of. Some believe baseball is best.
And softball is soft.
Baseball is different, like a Jersey Devil. Something differently, but neither on a different level. Some boys seek sexism to make themselves feel better, but the real players, they play together. Yes, boys and girls are different.
But neither live in different worlds.
Worlds not so relatable that women aren't able to go professional.
One day,
Things different will be normal.
one day,
We will look past normality and into the future.
one day,
In the future, things will change, says someone in the future to the future. One day.
Our poem is titled Zombies.
A zombie moving through the world, lifeless.
That's how I feel.
A zombie flying through the ground, trying to escape a suffocating tent.
That's how I feel. Going through the motions, putting on a smile just to go home and rip it off. That's how I feel.
Every day hoping it'll get better.
It won't.
Trying to hide it.
Wouldn't want my teachers to worry. Trying to be happy. Wouldn't want my friends to worry.
Telling my parents everything's okay.
Definitely wouldn't want them to worry.
An empty hole burning through my soul, making it impossible to get excited for anything. Trying to appear as myself. No, anyone but my real self.
As I ride away like a zombie, I get told to smile. But my friends don't know how many times I've tried, how many times I've lied.
Saying that I'm fine. Smile, everyone says. I wish they knew it's not that easy to leave the darkness that consumes me.
I would smile if I could. I would love to be happy again. Thinking of my life ahead instead of the end. If my friends found out, they would be scared.
As if they ever cared.
They scratch the easy pain, skipping a million of REA. Laying in bed all day, tears come showering down as I look in the mirror. My soul is black as night, thinking to myself, when would it end?
How would it end? Most days I find it hard to leave my bed, the weight of my brain making it unbearable to sit up and leave the safety of my room. My brain feeling zombified, my brain feeling numb.
My brain taking over, leaving me feeling empty.
The clothes pile up on my floor, the trash on my bedside table.
The thoughts in my brain take up all the space. Another meal skipped to leave room for my brain to think of ways to get better. I have to get better.
I lost myself. I don't remember who I used to be.
I want to be myself again, but this isn't me.
The Windigo. The Windigo is never satisfied,
Always hungry.
always eating away at me, just feasting and feasting.
I'm always worried.
When will I finally be at peace?
No one likes you.
You're a terrible person.
Did I mess this up?
What have I done wrong this time? The Windigo is
Always hungry.
tearing through me,
Never satisfied.
always hungry. Sometimes it's not as noticeable. It'll lurk in the back of my mind. Other times it feels like if it's screaming at me. You'll never be good enough.
The
Windigo is never satisfied.
always hungry. Lurking in the dark, I feel a vile presence.
A merciless evil that consumes me.
Leading me away, this reality is disturbing.
I come to realize hope must be abandoned. An escape can never be fathomed, running and running.
The despair troubles me. I feel as if I should give up, yet I refuse to be stomached by this monster.
I feel the presence.
I feel the eyes.
I feel evil.
I feel fear.
If I am to be devoured,
this burden shall die with me. I will be eaten by this never-ending depression.
Plagued by wicked hunger, thirst to eat.
Yearning for a feeling of being full, but you will remain empty. For I shall not be stomached by you.
Okay, our poem is Don't Be a Goblin. I am a mystical creature, a spell written on paper, put in my mouth, spoken in words to unleash my great power. I am
formed to be good, caused to be bad.
I am made to help.
Made to be a companion.
I am
supposed to bring Jewish mystics closer to God.
Did they know my strength? Did I even know what I was fully capable of?
All its redeemer has been lost, all the dangers and death that has tossed.
Tossed around like a ball.
Each day I grew more powerful. Once I knew so much,
I turned. Not on purpose. I couldn't control what I was doing. A broken friendship.
Toxic, used, uncontrollable.
Two people can only take so much use. Once you're used over advantage, everything becomes a disadvantage.
A relationship
is meant to be good.
Sometimes we don't use them as we should. We treat them wrong and think we can get away with it.
Is that okay? We can't help what we were doing. We turn against each other with no control.
There's no friendship we once were told.
Others may not know us because we're so quiet.
So quiet we're better off
being called silent.
We can't help it though. We weren't born to voice every thought and opinion.
3 simple rules.
Help.
Protect.
Obey.
That is our purpose in life.
Serve the ones who need service. And we shouldn't discriminate. We are expected to help anyone and everyone.
And we should care less what we are told to do.
Is it our job to serve?
I wish people wouldn't abuse each other's purpose. We have to know ourselves before worrying about others.
Don't forget you're important too. We're not meant to be used. We all have a monster inside of us. Does treating everyone with kindness help you? What are you gaining from it? You may be loved, but by who? Letting people think you're made of steel, acting deaf to consequences of having no one. When will this never-ending cycle of trying to
feel your loneliness finally end?
Choose you. Don't listen to the words that cut like knives. It's hard to stop, but what about the happiness you can gain? Think about the control you can take over. You may be loved by who? Letting people walk all over you because, hey, if they're in your life, why does it matter in what way? You are letting yourself drown. Think about the damage that does. Letting go of the bad can create good in life.
Don't be a golem, mute to the world. You built for companionship.
Our poem is called The Kelpie.
Kelpie drags its victim into the water. It was a descendant of man. She longs to starve no longer.
But due to the criticism of the judgmental man, she must hide her face like a shard of glass in the sand.
Children lurk nearby. The monster has to hide.
To draw in the curiosity of a young child.
Changing herself to please others and herself, who cannot love who she is with her own love.
The beast turns to an innocent creature and smiles. I am just a creature who walks on land above.
The children, the followers, they come.
Fall from my act to attract the attention of man. Become attached to the cloak which hides who I really am. Follow to the water, drowning creature of the land. I am the so-called monster who feasts on descendants of man.
As the Kelpie uses its appearance to attract the innocent uses its appearance to attract.
This, however, is a trap. The pleasing of humanity is a road in which never ends.
Who knows the variety of anxieties caused by the woes of perfectionism?
How like the Kelpie, the need for appearance drags you down to your doom. The drowning feeling you get as you struggle to stay up.
Overwhelming, the great amount of something, the destruction of the feeling of belonging and what makes people strong.
But now the Kelpie grows old of change.
She grows old of the way people run and scream when they see who she truly is.
underneath the disguise of perfection. Because underneath that, what she keeps hidden are her imperfections.
What makes her what she is?
A kelpie.
Her watered mane and hair full of seaweed.
And though the kelpie tries to hide herself,
her host will stick with her no matter what form she takes.
Scared to be seen but visible to all, and all you have to do is look.
so she will be strong, clunk her hooves and be mistook, for she is not perfect,
no matter how hard she tries.
Alright, our poem is called The Kraken.
Deep down, we all have a kraken that lurks in the depths of our minds, waiting for an opportunity to
Escape. It waits for the loss of a loved one.
For a painful breakup.
Waiting for a tiny opening to appear is when it strikes. It will tug at your soul.
And
batter and bruise your mind.
And make you feel worthless.
Its grasp is too powerful to ever let go. It grabs and pulls and pulls.
Until it has you trapped. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. No matter how fast you are, you can't escape your own mind.
The pain and suffering in my mind could not satisfy his need to drag me down faster.
The kraken can sense when you fear. He will drag you to the beneaths of the earth.
Like a stone sinking in a lake.
As he drags you down, you're thinking what happened and why it happened so fast.
Just like a flash.
The kraken strangling me on the wall. My feet were dangling like a rag doll. I want to break free, his grip tightening around me, tight as a lock, compressing my chest.
Heart in distress, pulling me under, heartbeat loud as thunder, pulling me down to the sandy sea bottom.
Glug, glug, glug.
Water entering my lungs. I feel his jagged tongue, but no sound heard above.
Only the bubbles breaking the surface.
Pray he lets go.
Only the bubbles breaking the surface.
Pray he lets go. Pray he gives up. Pray he shows pity. Pray I can get up.
I bring myself together, stiffen up.
Stop believing I'm weak. I believe I'm strong.
I break free of his arms, miles and miles long. I slowly float up, exhausted from fighting.
Another small battle won.
Now I feel mighty.
Our poem is called Drink. Click.
Another breath gone. Another message.
Another breath taken. I can't do it anymore.
Every time I go outside, I see another person taken and I become more scared of what's to come.
With every click, they take a breath. It stumbles but never fails. I can't even get the word. Click, another breath.
I go to school, there it is. I go home, there it is. I go to my bed, there it is. Click, another breath.
I can't. Stumbling around but never fails. I'm drained.
I try to dream, to see a perfect life, to forget what it did.
And that dream is someone who's wishing for something better. But if they knew, they wouldn't wish for what's to come.
My voice feels so dry, I think it might crumble to pieces. I'm done.
I can't take it anymore.
Another click. On my time, I look at her from not far away.
She's so pretty, prettier than me. Not gone yet. I wish I still looked like her.
Oh, that's my dream. I tried to scream, but the jinx just got me.
But now I see it's not just me, it's everyone that's drained. Everyone's the breath taker.
We don't pay attention to anyone else anymore. Click. Now even I stumble.
Now even I'm draining people too.
It's not just them, everyone's drained.
Everyone's the breath taker. Never.
Click.
Done.
Click. I can't take it anymore. Another click.
I'm under its spell.
Another insecurity.
Another drained person.
But now I can't keep going.
I'm done.
The jinx I won.
The unknown whispers.
Let me whisper in your ear, tell you something you want to hear.
I'm evil, I'm fierce, I chose you. We were meant to be. I want respect,
I want respect.
I can give that to you. Just follow what I say and I'll grant you all your wishes.
I have so many wishes.
We can rule the world. Whatever you want will appear right in front of you. I can also make all detrimental things disappear. There is no fear when you are with me.
But what you don't know
is that I'm staying with you till the day you fall over and you are not breathing. And then you will finally see me down below, for nothing in this world is free.
I don't know how to make him stop. The first time I heard him, I wasn't ready. I thought it would be the only time that he'd make me do something so severe. I thought he'd go away after I did it.
They don't need the money. They are greedy. They will not miss it. You need it.
I did it. I felt powerful, invincible, but it didn't make him go away. It made him want more.
They have so much potential. We can rule the world together. Everyone will respect you.
If I stick this needle in my arm, maybe he will go away.
I will never go away.
You can't blame me. He made me do it. He said I wanted this. He said to trust him. He said there wouldn't be any consequences. You can't blame me. I have no control. I'm like a pawn in the devil's game, and he always wins.
Our poem is called Trolls.
The troll of life stands at the bridge,
Waiting, watching for you to fall into his trap.
the same trap that makes you want to oblige.
Life, as you know it,
makes you want to
snap like you have no backbone, no reason to keep going, no reason to pursue your dreams,
no reason to make your family proud.
But sometimes that noise gets so loud.
It makes it seem like there's no way past.
Like you no longer have the choice. The choice to keep pushing. The choice to keep trying.
But you must keep going, or else you will suffer.
Because there are trolls in real life too. Always holding you back. Never giving you the choice. But you must keep going. Or else you will drown.
And resent towards yourself. For all the times when you had a chance and you blew it.
All of the times you left more on the table. The troll of life does not care.
He will take until there is nothing
left.